Hello, Gemini. This is your general reading for the week of the 1st to the 7th of October. Gemini, sun, moon, rising sign, depending what you resonate best with. Let's have a look at your messages. Gemini, don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date on new videos. Do contact me if you are interested in in-depth or personal readings. And remember, these readings are general readings. Gemini. Lots of major energy for you for this week, Gemini. So Gemini, I feel like quite possibly the beginning of the week may prove a little bit challenging. I feel like there could be some kind of challenge with possible money, possible health. But I feel overall that, Gemini, I want to say that your energy is going to be strong this week. I feel like you are focused on something, focused on making some kind of change regarding health or finances or quite possibly relationships. I want to say that there's a lot of different options open to you right now. And I feel like you're trying to be optimistic. I feel like you're trying to be hopeful. And I feel like right now, Gemini, this week, you have a very strong vision towards something. And I want to say this vision has to do with some kind of changes. Some kind of changes that you want to start to implement in your life. Changes that are going to improve your situation, improve your financial situation, your relationships in general, your health, if you're dealing with a health issue. And I feel like a lot of your time and energy is going into being focused on this new vision, a brand new vision essentially that you have for making and trying to implement some kind of changes. And I feel right now you're at a period like you want to change something. You want something to improve. You want something to start moving in a different direction. However, I feel that there's a big question mark about exactly what it is, because I feel like right now there's a lot of different things that need changing or that could be changing. And I feel like you're focused on all of these different things. And I feel like a lot of your concentration is going into some things which I feel like you may or may not know exactly all the things that need changing. Because I feel right now there could be some things that are irrelevant and don't need changing. I feel that there could be some more major things that you're trying to direct your energy and time towards, that you're trying to focus more on. And I feel that there could be a little bit of confusion regarding exactly what it is that needs changing. However, what I'm seeing overall from these cards this morning, I feel like quite possibly this is going to have to do with finances, relationships, or quite possibly health. I feel that these are going to be some of the more major changes that need to take place, Gemini. And I feel in the area of relationships in general, I feel if relationships is something that you're focused on and something that you're dedicated to changing, I feel that there's going to be a lot of healing energy surrounding that. Because I do see our Archangel Raphael. I feel that if relationships is something that you want to change, you want to improve, quite possibly this lack of abundance or this kind of, I'm almost getting an energy of poverty in relationships, some kind of possible lack of relationships or lack of something solid in a relationship, I feel like quite possibly your dedication and focus may be going towards this. And I do want to say that there is going to be some healing energy that comes in for you for this week, Gemini. There are going to be a lot of possibilities and hopes here in general. And I feel that the changes are going to be positive, even though they may seem like a lot needs to be done right now, or you have a lot of things going on, a lot of different choices that you can make essentially, which is kind of causing some confusion. Sometimes when we make the choice to dedicate to making changes in our life, we sit down and we think about all the things that need changing, and it can become a little confusing for us. It can become confusing to the point that instead of just one or two things, it seems like there's 10 or 20 things, and we become overwhelmed. But I feel, Gemini, like you are going to be focused on making one or two big changes, and I feel quite possibly relationships could be one of those major changes. And I do feel like quite possibly finances, quite possibly health could be another for you for this week. I feel that those, if there is some confusion about exactly what needs changing, I do see that those are going to be some of the highlights for you for this week to look into or start to address. Okay, and so our greed card goes along very nicely with our Seven of Cups, in the sense that this is a card that tells us don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't take on more than you can essentially handle. So going back to this question, you want to make some changes. You're focused and dedicated to making some kind of changes towards a better future. And what exactly do you need to pay attention to? This is kind of the confirmation that says don't take on more than you can handle. Start with just one thing. Start by dedicating or focusing in on one major thing. I would say major aspect could quite possibly be relationships here, quite possibly a lack of relationships, a lack of stability in relationships, or some kind of lack of cooperation or dealing with people in general. I would say that this is going to be some of the more major energy for this week. So make sure that you don't take on more than you can handle. If it seems kind of confusing or seems too overwhelming, start with just one thing. Focus your time, your energy on just one thing. Start with that, and the other things will follow. Resist the need to take on too much. Resist the need to be too greedy, essentially, by taking on too much, and just take on what you can handle. Remember, the universe gives us exactly what we can handle. It's up to us to make sure that we don't take too much that we can essentially handle. So that is your overall message for this week, Gemini. Do let me know if you have questions or comments in the comment box below. Don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date on new videos that come out. Don't forget to like this video and check the links below for additional readings or personal readings, and have a good week.